Hey there, friends and foes. Good morning, Multiverse. This is Back of the Cereal Box, Back Issue Breakfast Club. I am your host, the prophet of pop culture, John Pyka, but you can call me Johnny. And we're going to review Transformers Last Bot Standing by IDW. And we are going to do that right after this amazing intro from the Murdering Crows.
It's like Coca-Cola, Levi Strauss, Johnny Carson and Mickey Mouse. The first star was James Dean. Elvis Presley, yeah, he's still the king. Some things are only imitatable. You can't beat an original. Oh, you can't beat an original.
All right, guys and gals, welcome to the virtual rec room. This is Back of the Cereal Box. We are a pop culture podcast that celebrates the fun of Saturday mornings of our youth while surviving adulthood today. And I'm of a generation that Saturday mornings meant breakfast cereal, cartoons, kaiju movies, kung fu movies, and comic books. And we didn't have smartphones or tablets at the breakfast table on Saturday morning. In between cartoons, comics, and kaiju, we were reading the Back of the Cereal Box, and that was our world, that was our newspaper, and that's what this show is about. And specifically on Back Issue Breakfast Club, we review great comics that have been collected into a graphic novel or trade paperback, a back issue collection, so that you might find your favorite. And this week, we are reviewing Last Bot Standing, a Transformers graphic novel. But before we get to this, we have to acknowledge our partners, the Murdering Crows. They did that awesome theme song, and you can get their record, Four Bad Crows, at Amazon, Google, Apple Music, or wherever you get music. And we also want to thank our Cereal Box super fans, Sharice Collins, Cindy Kep, Brian Huff, Dave Manginelli, Dave Mattingly, Crystal Raven Jones, and Eli Cash. And you too can have your name in lights just by going to buymeacoffee.com/cerealboxpod or visiting our website at backofthecerealbox.fun. The link is in the show description. And we would love for you to help us out by buying us a bowl of cereal or two, or maybe even the whole box. And if you hate the show, buy us even more. Contribute even more generously to help us improve. All right, right to the review. Last Bot Standing is a Transformers story about Rodimus Prime, Hot Rod, who this is thousands of years after the events of the Transformers on our world. And Rodimus and two other Autobots leave Earth. They've destroyed Earth. Earth has been destroyed by the war between the Autobots and the Decepticons, the Cybertronians. And the three of them go off to basically end their existence. To be, to end the legacy. And Rodimus is the last Autobot standing when all of a sudden, on this distant planet, survivors show up. A group of Autobots and Decepticons that have put aside the war, and they are just going by Cybertronians. They show up, and Rodimus, who has been inactive for generations, posing as a wagon on basically a Wild West planet. This is a planet that developed much like Earth. And this story takes place in their Old West. It's an Old West town, very much like ours. Steam power is just becoming a thing. And I don't remember the name of the planet. And I cannot find a reference to the name of the town. But it's filled with imagery like this is actually Rodimus posing as the covered wagon. And, you know, they are a planet of aliens with pointed ears, different colors of blue, green, purple. And basically, Rodimus Prime is going to have to fight off these Cybertronians to save this planet. Because in this story, spoiler alert, the Cybertronians no longer use energon as their fuel source. They are now using biofuel. They are taking the sentient life on a planet, grinding it up into fuel and consuming it. It's Soylent Green. And Rodimus finds that unacceptable, and he is going to prevent them from pillaging and harvesting this planet. And I'm not going to tell you the end. I'm not going to give it away. I'm just going to say this was a lot of fun. This is the collected issues of Last Bot Standing. It was written to be read as a standalone story. You don't have to have known anything about the Transformers lore. You don't need to know anything about any of these characters. Everything you want to know and need to know is introduced through the story. Will having a knowledge of the Transformers lore enhance your enjoyment? Probably. I was a big fan of the Transformers cartoon in the 80s. So a lot of these characters, even if they're not specifically familiar, the architects are very familiar. Great artwork, great writing. The creative team on this is Nick Roche, who is the writer, and the art is by E.J. Sue and Nick Roche. So Nick wrote and did some of the artwork. Really great high energy art. Has a very 80s classic animated style. Kind of feels a lot like Carmine Infantino's art. And because it just has that energy, you can feel the action happening in this book. Collected by IDW. It's on shelves this week. It came out and it retails for $17.99. I'm going to tell you that this was worth every bit of that $17.99. It reads like a movie. It feels like a Saturday morning cartoon, and it's fast-paced. It's high energy. It's fantastic. I highly recommend it. And if you want to get your own copy, you can pick it up from our partners at TFAW, Things from Another World, tfaw.com. The link is in the show notes. So yes, it's an affiliate link. It doesn't cost you a dime, but it helps us out quite a bit. So check that out. Grab your own copy of Last Bot Standing. Now, before we go, we need to tell you about an upcoming event that we are sponsoring here at Back of the Cereal Box. It is the Multiverse Fundraiser. Check it out.
The Multiverse Fundraiser is a virtual fandom jamboree and a charity fundraiser all rolled into one package. We're not just raising funds for a good cause, we're raising fun. Our 2023 event will be supporting the John Ritter Foundation for Aortic Health. which exists to spread awareness of aortic health and prevent unnecessary suffering through genetic research, widespread education, and radical advocacy. Our fundraiser combines celebrity panels, fandom-based panels, indie creators, and all of the fun of a virtual con for free. There's a little something for everyone while we support a cause close to our heart. Join us on January 20th through 22nd, along with celebrity guests Amy Yazbek, Jason Bear, Chris Gaucher, Victor Garber, William Catt, Cress Williams, Beth Broderick, Armin Shimmerman, Guy Gilchrist, Carrie Schaefer, Brian Hull, Amy Carrero, Jennifer Cody, and Joyce DeWitt.
How awesome is that guest list? And that event is absolutely free. All of the proceeds from the auctions are going directly to the John Ritter Foundation. So make sure you make plans to join us for that 2-day free event in January. Now, before we go, we need to acknowledge one other partner because we are talking about back issues, comic books, and Comics for Kids is a great organization.
Comic Books for Kids provides comic books to kids in hospitals and cancer centers across the U.S. It's a place where we can all work together to make sure every child has a comic book. 100% of all proceeds go towards the kids. It's about making a difference, and while they're in the hospital, allowing them to fly like a superhero, battle dragons, or rescue teddy bears. We are in every state in the country and now support over 160 hospitals. Every month, we add more.
Visit cb4k.org.
Thanks for watching, guys and gals, friends and foes. Last bot standing. Out of 5 bowls of cereal, this is going to get a solid 5 out of 5. This was fantastic. Great fun read. I loved it, and I think you will too. Pick it up from TFAW. And if you like our show, make sure you comment, you share it, you like the page or subscribe to the platform where you're watching it. Tell 200-300 of your closest friends and family to come share the fun. And until the next time, love you, mean it. We'll catch you on the back of the cereal box.